I'm upset. My Kalanchoe here is deciding not to do so hot. It's not happy about something, and I'm stressed about it. It looks like my Kalanchoe is not enjoying the humidity. These leaves are a little wilty and they're yellowing at the tip. At least the bigger leaves. And I'm not sure if it's the humidity or if it's just transplant shock. It's been a little over a week since I repotted it, so it could very well be transplant shock, but I worry it's the humidity from my other plant that I've been trying to work with. I moved this to the other side of the room, but I don't think that's been a big enough solution. I think I'm gonna give it more time before I chop these off because there's still quite a bit of green on these leaves and it's gonna look really naked if I cut it off, but we'll do what we gotta do. I'm realizing it's by this AC vent, so maybe it doesn't like the cold either, but regardless, it needs a new home. So we'll see. Some of these blossoms are dying off, which could be normal, but what really concerns me is the crispy edges, the yellowing in the leaves. And so I'm going to give it a haircut and trim its toenails. We're gonna prune all the death back and hopefully it's gonna focus on its healthy foliage and grow. That's my hope. I'm also gonna probably find a new home for it. I'm trying to debate because there's an AC vent right here. Like, is that part of the problem? I don't know, because it started yellowing after I got a humidifier. I'm wondering if that just kind of shocked it during the time that it was already acclimating to its new environment in my house. Because every plant has a period where it transitions to the new environment. It's called acclimating. So that could be going on. Also, I repotted it, so it could be transplant shock. But the thing is, I had this living fine in my house for 2 to 3 weeks. And so I'm thinking of moving it back into that other room where it was in and see if it's happier there. We'll see. So let me show you what it looks like right now. It's on its paper plates. Here you can see how it's doing at the moment. My outfit is just completely matching my Kalanchoe. This color has just been something I'm loving lately. But I'm not loving this color, these dead blooms. Okay, so you can see here all the different blooms that are starting to die. Some of them are just starting to flop down. Some are still okay. This leaf was yellow and it's kind of crisped up. Yellowing there. This leaf looks good. I don't know. I hope it comes back. I hope it's strong. There are little leaves still, like there's new growth that hopefully will take off if I trim the deadness back. Honestly, the other leaves that aren't looking so bad, the ones that look okay, are actually much better than they were when I bought them at the store. They were kind of limp and flimsy. Now they kind of have some strength back in them, so that's good news. But let's trim it up. I brought it into my bathroom just because that was the nearest counter I could work. I'm going to clip off anything that looks a little bit crispy or dried up. First, make sure you always have clean pruning shears so that you don't spread any disease between plants. Let's start with this crispy guy. Some of these flowers I'll just let dry up and fall off themselves if they're connected to other good flowers. I hope it doesn't regret me pulling off this leaf. So you can see these flower buds that are completely crisped up, they can just fall right off. So I'm just picking those off. And there's other ones that are looking kind of wilty. So the debate is also if I should give it more water. I was feeling in the soil, there's still some moisture, but not a whole lot. I feel like I watered it recently, but I didn't give it a whole lot of water. I only gave it a little bit. So maybe it's thirsty. All right, I'm gonna call that good. I did pull up quite a few leaves, but I could tell when they're getting like this, when they're wilty and flimsy like this, and they were starting to crisp up. I was pretty sure these leaves are not going to come back and they are wasting energy from the plant. So we're going to focus on this new growth. I actually noticed there are tiny leaves. I'm going to have to give you a better close-up. But there are tiny leaves popping up from where I cut off the dead leaves last time when I repotted it. So that is reassuring that there's tiny growth that's coming. I do have a little bit of yellow on this leaf, but I'm gonna leave it for now because there's still some life in it. I don't want to shock it too much. Good to see you again. It's been a few months, about 2 to 3 months, since I added my Kalanchoe to my beautiful plant shelf. Since I got this plant, I got this setup. If you'd like to see it, click here for the video. You have to see, it's made a comeback. Oh yeah, I forgot to move all of this. It's currently December, so who knows when this video will get out. It may not be December anymore. We'll see, but just move my little guys over. Keeping my plants company for the holidays. Ta-da! It's amazing! I did this! I brought it back to life! It's happy again! It's really, really awesome, okay? This is like the best feeling when you are a plant parent and your baby's doing fine. It's the best. So, I will give you a peek, but as you can see, it's a lot fuller. All of that new growth has grown. Like, all of these big leaves used to be tiny little new leaves. It's filled out so much. And there's so much new growth. There's a couple of blooms here. There's a lot of buds coming in. That's the nice thing about a Kalanchoe is it just keeps blooming. It's December. As I said, sure, my plant shelf does not treat this plant like it's December, but you can still probably have this blooming next to a window in winter. Depends on your conditions, but it's really exciting. Just, oh, look. You really can't smell the blooms, but I'm freaking out about it. I'm freaking out about it. Oh, man. Yeah. So I water it whenever it's completely dry. I've been keeping it under grow lights, which I think it has loved having that. Oh, it makes me happy. So, complete turnaround from how I started this video. When I was filming this months ago, the beginning of the journey of getting it to this, I was upset, remember? I'm upset. We're not upset anymore. As I show you the growth update, I'm going to share a few more Kalanchoe plant care tips. One of the things being humidity. I mentioned a little bit earlier that I was worried that high humidity was causing my plant to stress. I'm not so sure if that's exactly the reason, but I do want to mention that Kalanchoe plants are actually desert succulents, so they do not want high humidity. They like low to moderate, which would be about 30 to 50% humidity, which means it's great for the regular conditions in a house because they don't need extra humidity to grow. Another thing I want to touch base on is temperature. Kalanchoes thrive in 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 29 degrees Celsius. So typical indoor temperatures. However, temperatures above 75% can actually delay flowers when cooler periods like 50 to 65 degrees, specifically cooler nights, can encourage blooming. But that being said, you should keep your plant away from AC vents. Exactly what I had at the beginning of this video. You shouldn't do what I did. That definitely will stress out your plant. This clip here is January 19th, 2026. It's basically at peak bloom right now. I am so proud of my plant. Look how pretty it looks. I do want to add another tip real quick. Location and lighting plays a big role in plant care. If you haven't noticed yet, I actually moved this plant. It got too tall for my other plant shelf that I showed you. I've decided to put it back right next to this window because it was still too close to the light on this other plant stand you can see right in the background. So for your Kalanchoe plant, keep it in bright indirect light, which I don't love that term. Essentially, Keep it near a window and make sure it has about 12 hours of light daily for healthy growth, but you do not want to have too little light or else you'll notice the plant getting leggy or not having a lot of leaf growth. Leggy just means it's reaching towards the light and not filling out. Well, that's about it. I wish you all luck with growing your kalanchoes. Thanks for watching. I just spilled soil.